What is up? What is going on? Welcome back, guys. We are going to try this again. Hopefully, for the third time, I have everything under control. It's my first time really using OBS to do my streams, right? So I thought I had everything set up the way I wanted it to, but obviously I didn't. I still have the old chat there up on the screen, so hopefully the new chats will come into it as well. But with that being said, like I said, welcome to the first episode of the Smoking Podcast. And the reason why I call it the Smoking Podcast is because I'm going to be smoking weed while I react to some videos that I think are important or entertaining. I'm doing the stream on Saturday, but I'm probably going to do it on Tuesday or Thursday. I haven't decided which day yet, but I think it's going to be an entertaining show. I'm going to try my best to do a little bit different on the channel with more commentary and reaction to videos. I'm not going to promise that I will do this show every week, but when something that I think is important or entertaining to talk about, then yeah, I'm going to talk about it 100%, you know. And I'm going to be blazing while I do it, smoking a spliff, enjoying the content and that we're reacting to and the crowd, the chat that comes in to watch it, you know. So today I will be smoking a strain called Apes in Space. Now, one of the things I say is I think that weed gets a bad stigma. People still think it's like a hardcore drug, and I kind of I disagree with that 100%. Yes, people use it for recreational use, 100%. But it also has medical properties as well. And that's one of the things I want to at least try to educate people, right? So that you don't have to smoke it. But I also don't want people, turning up their nose on people that smoke it because you never know the reason why they're smoking it, right? So, for example, Apes in Space is a hybrid weed strain made from a genetic cross between Falcon 9 and Grease Monkey. This strain is from Erotic Gene Tech, which is a rare and exotic bud that has a skunky, earthy, and spicy flavor and a potent and balanced high. Apes in Space has dark green buds with purple undertones and orange hairs. Apes in Space is 20 to 25% THC, making this strain an ideal choice for experienced cannabis smokers, aka c'est moi, right? I am a very experienced weed smoker. I pretty much call myself a weed connoisseur. You know what I mean? So 20% to 25% is a a good amount of THC in a strain. If it's less than 20%, I don't want it. You know what I mean? But give me anything over 25%, and yeah, I'm gonna blaze that all day, every day. Um, but the 25% THC making this strain an ideal choice for experienced cannabis users. Leafy customers also tell us that apes in space effects include euthora, relaxation, and creativity. Medical marijuana patients often choose apes in space when dealing with symptoms associated with depression, pain, and stress. You see, and that's the stuff that I really wanted to focus on the most, right? Because a lot of people may think that, oh, he's smoking weed and, he's a pothead and the only reason why he's smoking weed is to get high. Most people do. But some people smoke it because they're depressed. Some people smoke it because they have back pains, or their muscles ache. Sometimes you smoke a strain that helps with that. They're stressed out. I know when I was in my depression, I didn't have any weed to smoke. I don't know if I would be here, to be honest with you, right? It's like Cat Williams said, when you take a puff of that chronic, you end up getting that kind of fuck it type of attitude. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, what do you say what do you say in the show? Oh, my lights are out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Took a puff. Fuck it. I've been wanting to use these candles anyways. You know what I mean? So it kind of does have that effect on you, and you get munchies, you laugh a lot, and those are pretty much the symptoms of smoking marijuana, right? So I just think that there's a stigma to it that I want to erase. You know, they legalized it here in Canada, nationwide, right? And I think that America should do the same. I think there's a lot of people that it can benefit. Now, it's not going to work for everybody. Just like not every medication that a doctor prescribes for you will work for everybody, right? But if you asked me, I would tell people to at least try to smoke marijuana before they go to the medical doctor and get whatever kind of antidepressant that they're going to give you, prescription drug. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but if you don't believe me, you can do your own research on it. I just say don't give this negative attitude towards it when you really haven't done your research on it. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying. If you do your research on it, you will understand that it's more than just a recreational drug. But with that being said, we're going to get into the stream. Now, I know, again, for the people that watched at the beginning of the first two streams, they heard me say this stuff already. So I do apologize for being repetitive. But again, there will be new people that are watching and they're like, what the hell is he talking about? I did the stream two times before this and had issues, technical technical difficulties. I'm sorry, I can't speak today, and I had to restart it. So hopefully the third time is the charm. As you guys know, I put Fresh and Fit was kicked off of YouTube, but they weren't really kicked off. They were demonetized. But for them, that's their livelihood. So that's basically like getting kicked off of YouTube. Now, I don't know, and I don't even think they know if they will be able to get it back. They were demonetized. I was demonetized on YouTube. I was able to get it back. They give you 30 days to fix your channel, they review it, and if everything is good, they give it back to you, right? So I don't know if it was a permanent ban for them. They had the conversations with YouTube. They have the emails that YouTube would send in that situation. They haven't really discussed that yet, but the way they sound is like it's over. So we're gonna get into the video that they put out there. It's about a 26-minute video, so we'll go through it. Um, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think them getting kicked off of YouTube was warranted, or do you think that it's just another way of silencing people with freedom of speech? So let's get into it. All right. So the last time I did this, well, the first time I did it, you guys couldn't hear me. Second time I did it, you guys couldn't hear the video. So I figured it out, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear the video this time. If you don't hear it, let me know. All right.
All
All
right.
right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh and Fit podcast, man. As you guys know, we had a show scheduled earlier with
Psychax.
Psych Hacks, but we had to cancel because we got some really sucky news. Um,
Crazy news.
yeah, crazy news, real talk.
Yeah.
Right now, we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. And guys, I mean,
Is this the end, bro? Cause we got some bad news, man. Uh,
So their demeanor to me makes it seem like it's permanent, right? Because YouTube will tell you when they demonetize you, they'll tell you, oh, you can apply for monetization in 30 days. I actually think they changed it to 90 days now, but YouTube will send you an email and say, you crossed the guidelines or something doesn't apply to their community and they're removing you from the partner. But if you fix your channel, you'll be able to get it back in 30 days. Again, I think it's 90 days now. I read that somewhere, but don't quote me because I haven't been demonetized yet again, and I don't want to get demonetized yet again. So I'm trying to make sure that my channel at least meets their guidelines. So, but these guys, like, they seem broken. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh shit, like, this is what's happening. So, it's a possibility.
I mean, when I heard, that, I was shocked, cause I mean, we love YouTube, man.
yeah,
We love streaming,
yeah,
and at this point, I feel like our whole lives are revolved around streaming and like
yeah,
adding value to people online. It's just like it won't be the same, bro.
yeah.
With what we
Um,
heard.
in 2020, guys, as you guys know,
Yeah.
I was working for the government, right? I was a special agent of Homeland Security. He worked for fuck it, Wix.
So yeah, of course they liked YouTube. YouTube was giving them money. These guys have 1.48 million subscribers, right? They do a video, and their videos get you about 200,000 views. Take away the super chats that they get during their live streams, but 200,000 views on a video gets you coin. When I did my verses, right, I had 66,000 people watching for, I'd say, at least 4 minutes before they cut off my stream. And when I went to check, how much money I made, it was at $2,000. So these guys they stream for hours, maybe 4 hours at a time. They have maybe 500 to 600 people, sometimes even 1,000 people watching their stream. And their streams stay consistent when it comes to the viewership, right? Like people will drop off, but people will come back. So they stay between 800 to 1,000 viewers. I haven't watched them in a long time, but when I did watch them, I was seeing those type of numbers. So that's a lot of coin. Plus the super chats on that, that's a lot of money.
We'll just call it,
Yeah.
right?
Wix.com. Yeah.
And he was a tech support. I was arresting bad guys, etc. We started this podcast. We did our first episode on October 26th, 2020. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, Chris was there. The apartment was all empty and shit. And and we had our first podcast. If you guys go back and watch it, like the thing was all zooming in and out and everything else like that, and it was all messed up.
It's like
If you watch Fresh and Fit video, not Fresh and Fit, Alvin Preach's video on this, they those guys. You see, Abba says all the time he likes to be petty, and I like the pettiness. I love it. You know what I mean? But yeah, they did. They were a little bit petty on that video. You know.
we're
And
at a house club.
yeah,
In and out.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was
The camera.
literally yeah. But we got it figured out. We got the lighting fixed, and we continued to improve. Fresh landed some really good guests early on, and continues to get us a great guest. And
And we made hours of content in the streets. TikTok, Patreon.
yeah,
Many nights, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Chris
Yeah.
was there too.
Yeah,
while working jobs.
Well, we're
I mean, to give them credit, they did put in the work, right? So I'm not going to deny that they didn't. But that's what you have to do to be successful on YouTube. It's not easy. Trust me, right? When we first started, we were doing streams constantly, every single day, right? And we still didn't really get a lot of traction. So it's not that easy. Even now, like after 3 years being on YouTube, like, there's really not much traction, to be honest with you, at least that we're getting. But these guys, 3 years and they have 1.4 million subs, right? But it also goes to the fact with that they bring a lot of girls on their streams and a lot of girls that, people think are hot or whatever. And that's what helps because when they do other streams or where they're talking about, go look at their videos, right? Some of their videos where they're just talking about how to benefit men, they don't get as much views as they do with their live streams where there's chicks on it. It just doesn't happen.
working jobs.
And then I'll never forget. I get an email, November, like 14th. Internal Affairs. Hey, we need you to come in for an interview. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go, right? And I'm working at the government, I'm sitting at my desk, writing up a report, and I see this email.
Yeah.
And this is 2020 November. And I, I go, I let my supervisor know, hey, I gotta go up to, the Internal Affairs office, right? Because it's not at the same building as us. And I go over there, and they take my phone, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here? And then and then they're like, they didn't want to tell me, but they're like, hey, we're it's part of an internal investigation. Next day, I meet up with the the special agent in charge, and they tell me, hey, it has to do with your YouTube. And right there, it clicked. I was like, wait, hold on. Okay. They probably think that I'm recording videos on my phone. Like, that's what it is, which it was a fucking, like,
So, I mean, if you're working for internal affair or the government, I don't think they want people doing YouTube, right? You barely see government agents on YouTube, especially when they're active. Now, I don't remember when I found these guys. I did find out that he used to work for the government, but I had no idea he started doing his YouTube while he was working with the government. But, it is what it
iPhone
is.
6 or 7, it was a piece of shit. Uh, and what ended up happening is I had to make a really tough decision that month. I remember going back and forth, trying to negotiate, trying to figure out what we're gonna do, and they're like, no, like you have to pick one. You have to either you're gonna be a YouTuber or you can be a special agent of Homeland, but you're not gonna do both. And I had
Which
to make
makes
that
sense.
decision. I remember you were there.
Yeah.
We had Andrew here, and I was like, well, we got people working for us now. There's people that depend on us. You had pretty much quit your gig. So I was like, all right, I'm going to resign. And I walked in December 5th, turned in all my stuff.
They said, um, Fresh or Fit, whatever the other dude worked at WickPix or something like that, like an internet thing. So he didn't really have to quit his job. See, that's where they cap, right? Yeah, you maybe had to quit your job because you were working with the FBI, but he worked for just like a regular company. He didn't have to quit. Um, even if he was like high up in the company, it's just fucking YouTube.
And yeah, I walked away from the U.S. government. It was a good, 6-figure job. It was stable. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. You guys know on my Fed Reacts, you guys see how I talk when I'm talking on that channel. And yeah, and I haven't. I tell you guys that story to tell you that I haven't felt like that since today.
Said it was a six-figure job. The type of job makes sense, right? But he ended up quitting that to do YouTube. Why do you think that is? Because he knew he would make more money on YouTube, right? And it may not be less work, but you're working for yourself instead of working for somebody else. So if I had the opportunity where I was making six figures and then I started doing YouTube, and I figured out that I could make six figures on YouTube. I would pick YouTube all day, every day, because then you make your own hours, right? You do whatever you want to do. You still got to work on your channel. You can't mess around. Like these guys work hard. I can't even lie about that. They put out videos constantly. They're live streaming almost every fucking day, right? So they work hard, but you know what I mean.
And it sucks, guys. It really does suck. Um, fortunately, we made some moves, etc. And we kind of knew that the type of content that we make, for us to be able to give you this content, we have to.
Comes at a cost,
It comes at a cost,
and
dude.
it won't be here forever.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
we knew that going
Fresh
into it.
always said this. Enjoy us while you can.
Yeah.
It comes at a cost. You're damn right it comes at a cost. Especially when you say the things and do the things that you do on their show, right? They're constantly disrespecting women, right? They're constantly Frank castling women, kicking them out. And I think that's one of the things that most of the people who watch their show want to see. They want to see him kick out the girls, right? They want to sit there and be able to send super chats to disrespect these women that come on there, right? So that's their thing. That's what they do. And at the end of the day, you start to build a toxic environment, right? Andrew Tate got kicked off of YouTube because he was being toxic. He was also trying to be a character. I get that 100%. But he was being so toxic in that character that when he went on to Miles Pierce, like he literally admitted that, you know what, maybe I could have said things a little bit different, right? But, you realize that shit after you get taken down. You realize that shit after, the shit hits the fan, right? So that's now what's happening to these guys. They're realizing that their shit is hitting the fan.
Uh,
They thought we was capping, man.
yeah.
They thought it was a joke.
And we made moves on the side, knowing that this could potentially happen. And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program. Just keep it straight with
If you
y'all.
look right now, you can't even super chat or
You
become
can't
a
even super
member.
chat right now.
Yep.
So this is
Uh,
the beginning of the end of this era.
so,
So we are in trolling chat. So
And I was watching a streamer who actually was on one of their live streams and said, and actually said that, yeah, you're right. They really can't super chat. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but at the end of the day, like I said, I don't know what message they got, but if they were just demonetized, then I am pretty sure that, well, I know YouTube has taken down channels off, but they go through your channel, right? And they look at all your videos. I don't know how many videos they look at. I don't know if they do it random videos, but they grab a bunch of videos and they watch your videos. And they determine by then that most of your videos are not, fit for YouTube. Now, I remember when it happened to me, I think it was only like one video, maybe two at the most, that didn't supposedly meet their standards, right? And I was like, because I got this one, I did this one, I got it back. It was when I was demonetized the first time and I got it back, I had only done like 3 or 4 shows before I got demonetized again. So I'm like, well, if they gave it back to me and then I only did 3 or 4 shows, it had to have been those 3 or 4 shows, and it was like only one of them that was like causing the issue. So they will do that, and when they send you the message, they say we checked your channel and it doesn't fit the guideline. And then what I did was I appealed it. And when you appeal it, they tell you that it's like it more than channels. Like your channel, your videos don't fit the guideline. And I'm like, wait a minute. It can't be videos. It has to be one video because I only did four since I was demonetized, right? And I think YouTube needs to do a better job of letting content creators know what the fucking issue is so that they can fix it, right? If they're going to give you the chance to go back and check and see if you can get your monetization back after 30 days, and I heard it's 90 now, but after 90 days, then they at least give you the issue. And I don't personally know. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for popping in, David. I don't personally know if these guys will get the exact reason to why they were demonetized, right? Because with a million subscribers, they have their own agent, right? They have a YouTube agent, someone that will actually call and talk to them, or they can email back and forth. When I do it, I get the bot. You know what I mean? I don't get an agent to speak to, I get a bot. These guys are big, so I'm pretty sure they get more than the bot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you literally can't. Yeah, man. So it's so basically we're we're gonna figure out what's going on because we don't even really know all the details. We're working with YouTube to try to come to a middle ground and work together and figure this out. But for now,
You see, and that's what I'm saying, right? They don't know the details because YouTube doesn't fucking give you the details. Like when you get demonetized, YouTube doesn't give you the details. They just, oh, you have certain, they don't even tell you what fucking video it is. You know what I mean? Or what videos caused the infraction. And they should at least give content creators a little bit more of an insights to what the situation is so that they can fix it. YouTube isn't very consistent, is it? When it comes to that, no. And especially when it comes to like big YouTubers, right? Big YouTubers, I find, get away with a lot more than us little guys do, right? I've just see big YouTubers who do reaction to songs, and it's been up there for like 2 years. You know what I mean? They may not get any money from it or monetization from it, but it's still up there. If I do it, it's blocked in this region, it's blocked in that region. Depending on the song, they'll want to take it down and everything. Um, it can ruin the fun, DQ. It can, but I mean, I also try to stick between the guidelines too, right? Like as you see, I'm doing this video, right? And these guys aren't monetized anymore, so I don't know if they if I'll get a copyright claim anymore, right? But if you transform it, which is what I am doing, playing some of it, talking and discussing some of the points they talk about, then it should be under the guidelines of fair use, which shouldn't be an issue, right? But I've done it before. I think I did these guys one time. Saggy came on and everything, and I still got claimed for the video. Doing the exact same thing I'm doing now, right? Just playing the video, pausing it, talking it, and whatever, and still had an issue with it. So YouTube would definitely give big content creators a little bit of a leeway because they know they take 30% of what these guys are bringing in. So, for an example, these guys have 1.48 million subscribers, right? Their videos get 2 to 300,000 views, maybe more than that. That's just the last time I checked, and that was before they even hit a million, right? So I stopped watching them before they hit a million. So maybe their views went up. Maybe they're getting 500K views a video. That alone is a lot of ad revenue. Then they're doing 4 hour streams where they're getting super chats, maybe two, three, 4,000, $5,000 in those 4 hours, right? So they're making the money off of YouTube. I mean, that's why YouTube would pretty much give them a pass on certain things. But at the end of the day, YouTube is a business. And if it gets to a point where it's detrimental to YouTube's business, then YouTube will shut you down. That's why using YouTube as a job, like your full time job, can be beneficial, but it can also be risky as fuck too.
We don't even know
Obviously,
why.
we
You know,
don't know the specific reason.
but
But
we don't, in any form or fashion,
Chris,
hate YouTube or want to go at them. We're just saying, you know what? We wish we knew the reason why, but we respect, for them letting use the platform and keeping us here for a while. And
So, again, YouTube may not have told them the reason why, but they know the reason why, right? These guys, and I know it was on another platform, and this Myron guy had, you know, a white hood on and was pretending to be a cracker and was like, "You guys call me racist and I'm a racist and this and that." And he was saying all kinds of outlandish shit to disrespect, well, he was trying to be funny and disrespect Abba and Preach. But he was doing it because I believe they called him a racist in one of their videos or something like that, right? Like racist towards his own people, especially black women, which is something I agree with because they both said on stream that they don't date black women. So right then and there, I'm a question. But they've done that, right? He's actually was on his stream where he was having the beef with Preach, and he was called his wife a beluga whale, and they were doing the monkey sounds, hoo, 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 and all of that stuff. YouTube gets a hold of some of that stuff, plus the misogyny stuff that they already say you're doing. Yeah, they're gonna have an issue with that. 100%, they're gonna have an issue with that.
like,
yeah,
no, we appreciate it.
yeah.
But
And the thing is that you guys know, right? On this pod, we push the edge, right? We push the envelope. We're not gonna lie about that. Like we give you guys the real deal when it comes to getting in shape, when it comes to
money, girls,
money, dating,
dating.
improving yourself, etc. And unfortunately, to be able to give people real advice that they can take in real life and apply to the real world, you have to have uncomfortable conversations about uncomfortable topics.
And there's another issue. They don't give the real world. They don't give real information. Their information that they give is always information that benefits them. The first thing I can think of is when they talk about, well, 80% of the women initiate divorces. but they never give you the reasons why the women do it, right? Do you expect a woman to stay in an abusive relationship? Some women don't respect cheating. So do you expect her to stay in a relationship where her husband or her man is cheating on her constantly and she's against cheating? Maybe he comes and brings a baby home, right? Maybe he brings drama to the house or something like that, right? So there's certain ways, and I shouldn't have said girlfriend because I said divorce or wife, but there's certain things that some people can't tolerate, right? But there's always a reason why. You can't expect a woman to stay in a relationship when she's getting beat constantly, especially if she has kids with that man, right? Because now that breeds this kid to think, and it doesn't always happen, but usually a, a son who sees his mother getting abused ends up being an abuser, right? So they twist the facts, they say certain things that may be true, but they never give you the full context to what they are actually saying.
In uncomfortable times, guys, it's about to be an election year. You know what I mean? We're talking about certain points, and we've brought up certain points that might not be politically correct, right? That might not necessarily align with everyone's viewpoints, right? And we've worked really hard to bring people on that have different viewpoints, right? Some of them very controversial, some of them that may or may not be politically correct.
Like Nick Fuentes, the fucking self-proclaimed racist that they brought on the show that they did multiple streams with. They did a stream that he was on where he was dressed up in the clown suit. And you're doing that in front of a racist. What the fuck do you think this racist guy is going to be thinking about, us when he's watching you do that, right? They pretty much had this other guy, I can't remember his name or whatever, but he definitely wasn't black. And they kept telling him to say the N word. Say it, say it, say it, right? So they don't have really much respect for us. You know what I mean? And when you do stuff like that, you gotta expect the consequences. It's just a fact. You do stupid shit, you're gonna get caught up with it, man.
And that's unfortunately the risk that you take when you make the kind of content that we do.
Even other platforms, look at Rumble. They're taking a huge beating on the stock market.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up
Despite having one of the best years for
revenue.
revenue and for views and everything. And
So this comes at a cost, no matter who you are,
yeah,
company, individual, creator.
yep.
And a lot of you guys want to be aspiring RB creators as well, and I respect that. But just know, at a certain level, it will cost you a price you got to pay. And
Okay, so the Rumble thing now. The Rumble is trying to be YouTube. It's not there yet. I don't even think it's even close to YouTube. So because they're small, they get away with doing certain things. But what ends up happening and what happens to every single platform that will try to come and create something where people can come on it and do what they want to do, like YouTube, like Rumble, like Odyssey, right? Sooner or later, the guidelines are going to affect them. It's just gonna happen. There is no fucking way that the people who monitor YouTube and put these guidelines in place are gonna make YouTube do it, but not make Rumble do it or not make Odyssey do it. See, when you're small, you don't you don't make ripples. You're just smooth sailing. But once you start to get bigger, once you start to build up, you start to make ripples. The bigger you get, the bigger the ripples until you got waves. Rumble is starting to get waves. They have Aiden Ross on there. They have Sneeko on there. They have um, Nick Fuentes on there. All these guys who have got kicked off of YouTube. So they go on Rumble and they say and do whatever the fuck they want to. Sooner or later, the man is going to come after Rumble. Odyssey, I haven't heard anything about that yet, that platform yet, But if people go on Odyssey and start doing the same outlandish shit that's going on now, they're gonna get hit. Perfect example is Twitch, right? Twitch got hit. Twitch, they used to say you could go on there and play episodes of shows or watch movies on Twitch, right? And stream those movies to your audience. I've seen people do it. Were streaming TV shows. And what happened? They got hit. You can't do that anymore, right? And they are so strict that I did a watch party for a boxing match, right? And if you guys remember when I was doing my watch parties, I used to put the thumbnail in front of the screen, but I had it faded to a way where you could a little bit see what was going on with the fight, but it was covered by the thumbnail. It was fine with YouTube, but Twitch gave me a strike for that, right? So they ended up having to conform to what was going on. It's going to happen to Rumble, it's going to happen to Odyssey, and any other company out there that tries to make a platform like this is going to have to deal with the regulations, right? You know, so David said, one thing I do know, scandal usually sells, controversy sells, shouldn't act like they don't have their own agenda. Well, that's the thing, right? They have their own agenda. They knew what they were doing. He said they pushed the scales, right? Which they did, and they got caught. So you got to face the consequences of it.
I think me and Myron understand this, and we were saying, you know what? At some point, we're gonna have to deal with this price, and today's the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my thing is, guys, more than ever, real talk, more than ever. I know a lot of you guys send me messages, and I trust me, I look at them. I really do look at them. And as a matter of fact, I save them too, because I sent some of them to Fresh today.
Yeah.
When you guys send me your DMs and say, yo, you saved my life. Yo, you send me a picture of your credit score. Yo, my girl is making sandwiches now, or whatever it is, right? Um, that really means a lot to us, right? We've helped a lot of you guys.
Yeah, David, they should have known better than to bring on Nick Fuentes or even be on stream with him, because Pearly Things was the first one to bring him on. And the backlash that she got on that show, not just for the things that she said, because she said some bullshit as well, but just for the fact that she was platforming a known supremacist, right? And didn't push him. What up, K Dot? Hope you like the movie. They didn't push him to they didn't push him to the degree, right? You know, even when he was talking bad to the black guy's girlfriend, there was no pushback. So she got a lot of backlash for that, you know? So it is what it is.
From killing yourselves, from injuring yourself, from making a really bad decision or doing something that you can't necessarily take back. What I'm asking you guys is, just like we've saved you guys, we need you guys to save us. We need you guys to support us on Rumble, because that's the last bastion of free speech at this point.
Yeah.
Rumble.com/fresh affairs.
So it's funny to me that they're begging for people to come and help them and go over to Rumble. For one, they know people on Rumble. They know Sneeko, they know Nick Fuentes, right? So if they're worried, it's obviously because they don't think that they're going to make as much money on Rumble as they're doing on YouTube. I don't know what the partnership program is on Rumble. What I do know is that when Nick Fuentes, what up, Danny? What's going on? What I do know is when Sneeko and Aiden Ross got kicked off of YouTube and went over there. I believe Aiden Ross got actually signed by them for a few $1 million. So I don't know how the partnership program works over there, but I do know that sometimes they sign content creators to do their stuff over there. These guys haven't got that yet, right? So maybe that's why they're a little bit like, oh, let's try and get people over there to come and help us, right? We need your help. But these are the same motherfuckers. And again, I don't have the stream. It was a long time ago. I can't go back and search for it. But this motherfucker was sitting on the stream talking about his Bitcoin invest. He showed his wallet where it had like 900,000. He said he put 20,000 in there and it went up to 900,000 worth of Bitcoin. But now you crying for people to come over there, right? We need your help. You think they need their help because they want subscribers, because they want to help people? No, because they know they need the money. It's exactly what it is, right? If they were so wealthy and had as much money as they had, they would just continue to make their content. If they cared about really helping men, they would continue to make their fucking content on YouTube. It's good to get paid for it, 100%. But me, even Danny in the chat, K-Dots, we don't get paid like these guys to do YouTube, but we still doing it. If we got paid, it would be a bonus, 100%, but we do it because it's fun, right? So, yes, it would be messed up if I got 1 million subscribers and I was making that kind of money and they took it away from me. I would also have enough money banked up to where I would be able to do something else, right? I work now. I make more money than I ever do on YouTube. So why the fuck would I not just try something else? My time is ran, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Bro, your screen setup is fire. How you get that so tight? Thanks for asking, Danny. I did it on I'm doing it on OBS, that's why. Yeah. The pay is just the icing on the cake with the YouTube stuff. 100%. You know what I mean? And yeah, it is OBS, Danny. 100% is the icing on the cake. Not only is it the icing on the cake, though, it's like, yeah, okay, I made it. You know what I mean? But we all know that everything comes to an end, right? And especially these guys should know because they're running around. They tell these OnlyFans girls that sooner or later their time will come. So you're telling me that they never ever thought that their time would come on YouTube? Maybe they didn't think it would come so soon because he did say, "Oh well, we talk about it." But at the end of the day, you should have been prepared for this. If you were making this type of money for 3 years, you should have been prepared for this day, like now, 100%. After year one, when I see my channel growing, and if I'm even making 50K, I'm I'm saving up. So I know that in 2 years I will have enough money to where I don't have to worry about if they shut down my channel.
Perfect, guys. Like, you need to go on there right now, follow the channel, subscribe. It's $5 a month, because if you guys want us to keep making this content, that's what it's going to be. And we've worked really hard to like try to like
Keep it
keep it
free
as free as long
clear
as possible, man.
on YouTube,
Like, you
accessible.
guys know this. Like,
Yeah.
we don't sit here and pitch courses to y'all every month. We're not always, trying to take money from y'all. When you guys super chat, it's just it's you guys.
So so here's the thing, right? And I know just to keep pausing it over and over again, it's gonna be a long fucking video. It's because they say, okay, first of all, let me see what Dan said. Seems like you have to be super edgy or negative to get constant subs. 100%. And here's the thing with what he was saying, Danny, right? And chat. Because he's like, oh, well, we don't beg for super chats. But if you ever watch their show, they will tell you at certain points, okay, guys, we're not reading any super chats that are less than $50. So now, if you want to get your super chat read, you gotta send $50, right? And there's a lot of people that'll send $5, $10 and stuff like that. But they're like, oh no, if you want it read, you gotta spend $20. If you want it read, you gotta spend 25. If you want it read, you gotta spend 50 on the show, right? So they may not necessarily ask for money, but when you're doing that to the people who are super chatting, then yeah, you're basically asking for money.
Is showing support to the show. It engages the show, and we, like, for real, if we've impacted your life and we've saved it, we need you guys to save us now.
I got to call a name too from the very beginning. Black Lemur. He saw the show, appreciated the show. He donated a big amount for cameras. I think most cameras are here named after him because he donated a lot of money for support and appreciation. And we don't ask for much, guys. We just ask for your support. And right now, it needs to be on Rumble. That's where we're gonna be. And
And they're also charging $5 for you to sub to them on Rumble. So it's not support, it's the money, right? Oh, if we can get at least half of our 1.4 million to sub to us on Rumble, then that's at $5 a piece, then that's money, right? Come on now. I would never get mine read. $50 just to get my comment read. Nah, they tripping. 100% Donnie. But when you have, because I've seen these guys have like 800 to 1,000 people watching their stream at one time. So I guess when you have that much people watching, you can do it. I ain't never, other than like the verses, but that's different. But just me doing my shit, doing my stuff on YouTube, having that many people watching, not even close to it. But I still wouldn't do that. I still wouldn't be like, hey guys, like you send 99-cent super chat. I don't care if I have 1,000 people watching, 10,000 people watching. I'm going to acknowledge the 99 cents that you put in there. I'm going to acknowledge the $2 that you send me, right? We know times are hard. So I appreciate $2.99. I appreciate all of that shit. Trust me, 100%. I would never say I'm not going to read anybody's super chat if it's less than $10. That's dumb. That that's that's not respect for the people who watch you. That is not respect for the people that's watching. That is showing them that you only value their money.
They have our back. At this point,
We
you
don't know
know,
what can happen with YouTube.
yeah, we don't
It's
know.
really out of our hands.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, we're gonna work with them, right? We're gonna be diplomatic and do what we got to do.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, for y'all to get the content that y'all want
From us,
from us, the way that it needs to be said, we're gonna have to do everything on Rumble. We'll still be posting on YouTube, right, to a degree, right? Completely free as usual. But guys, it's expensive to run this. I mean, I really hate to even have this conversation with y'all, but we have a staff of like 20 people.
being transparent,
Being 100% transparent with y'all.
we make it look easy, guys. But like, we have people that work for us that legit have a need and depend on us.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for this current platform right now, they wouldn't eat. Neither their kids. So it's kind of like,
Especially Mo.
well, that nigga been eating for a while. But the point is that like right now, guys, like we're being genuine here and telling you, look, listen, we need your help. And if ever before you appreciate the content, you gain value from getting your credit score up,
yeah,
getting a girlfriend or wife, or even getting money from Money Mondays, guys, like we need the help today
yeah,
on Rumble.
we really do. We really do because
Then he says, so why are they begging women that they shame and degrade? And that's crazy. Did they lose something on YouTube? Yeah, they got demonetized, Danny. Um, they did this video to say that they might be the end. But I've been, like I said earlier, I've been demonetized. YouTube gives you 30 days to fix the content. But I don't know what kind of situation they're having with YouTube, and they got a lot of content. So they would have to pretty much go through every single piece of evidence, every piece of content they have, delete the ones that violate the guidelines of YouTube, right? And then reapply again. Now, the problem is YouTube doesn't tell you what the videos that break their guidelines are. So you pretty much have to guess and say, okay, this, take this down, or whatever, right? But again, they have a million subscribers. So they may get a different treatment than I did get, right? YouTube may actually give them an agent to speak to and actually tell them what videos or what content is taking away their monetization. Or maybe it's just the fact that YouTube doesn't like all the negative press that they're getting, right? So that could be it too.
and I hate to even say this, man,
Yeah.
because it's like we prided ourselves on like, yo, we're just gonna show up every week. We're gonna give y'all 6 shows completely free. You don't have to send in a super chat if you don't want to. Just watch the content. Will be cool. But
But if you
I
want
don't know
to,
what
make
it
sure it's
is.
And
twenty
we've made
dollars and up.
investments ourselves as well,
Yeah,
real estate as well as
yeah,
other businesses. So we are on some level stable.
Yeah.
But to keep this running
To
at
keep
this
this
high
running at
quality,
this level,
the
yeah.
gas and what we spend to even get people out here, it's a lot. And people that work for us. So
Yeah.
yeah,
To run to the reason why, guys, we're able to continue updating equipment, right? Like, I know y'all made jokes about the internet, whatever. We get stuff fixed quick like that because we made investments into the equipment. Guys, I have backup microphones, I have backup mixers, I have backup equipment that um is really expensive, right? But I had that there for the show. Like, y'all see me, I wear the same clothes. You guys make fun of me, Myron. You wear the same stuff. You got no drip. Blah blah blah. I do it because I'm like, yo, the only thing that matters is the pod. Like, I don't care about me looking good.
So again, if you're making that much money, your YouTube money should be able to sustain your channel, right? If they're making as much money as they got. But the problem is that these guys are posers, right? Fresh posing around on yachts, buying Bugattis, and well, they said he bought Bugattis. Now all of a sudden he had, and we'll get to it, but he had to give his car back and sold all his cars, stuff like that. You know why? Because they were living beyond their means. I promise you that's the situation. They were living beyond their means. They were making crazy money, but they were spending it on foolishness. So now they got to be on here begging people to help them out because if YouTube, what's the date today? The 19th. 2 days before YouTube pays you. So since the fact that they're demonetized, they won't get paid, right? If the Okay, so here's the thing. And this is why I think they're going to back and forth with YouTube. It just popped in my head. Here's the thing, right? So if YouTube sent out a video or like a little statement to say that the first time you get demonetized, you have to wait 90 days, which is, I believe, what they changed it to. If that is the case, then what happens is after 30 days, whatever money YouTube is holding for you from your ad revenue, they will take it from you after 30 days. It used to be 30 days to where you could reapply, and if you did that, then you would get your money. But because it's 90 days now, whatever they have banked up, they won't get. Then he said, it seems like, okay, here you go. So let me get to the next one. Road to Wisdom. Danny said the fact that they have that many subscribers wouldn't demonetize them. Shoot YouTube in the foot. Also, 100% it would, right? If especially if YouTube's getting the 30% from what they're getting. But at the same time, YouTube has so much big content creators that are actually making more money. So I don't think one person would be an issue, right? Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't think one person would be an issue, but yeah, YouTube probably figured that it's better for them to cut ties than to actually let these guys go on.
Good and being flashy and all that stuff. And Fresh was like, nah, I don't care about it either. Like, he gave up all his cars pretty much,
yeah.
watches, all that stuff, because we're like, bro, we need to be all in with the podcast. We need to invest in the podcast. And we invested more in recruiting, getting Chris the resources he needs, because we have like a whole operation with like getting girls on the show. Guys, it's extremely difficult. How many people have you seen try to do what we do with bringing girls on and absolutely fail and quit? We've been doing it consistently for 3 years. Guys,
And
that eats up so much money, so much time, so much resources. But we said, you know what? We're going to continue to invest in it because you guys want the content. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep giving you guys what you guys wanted from the beginning.
and it's
But that's what I'm saying. They were also spending money like crazy. I can guarantee you that, right? The way they talk, you listen to their stream. They're high value men. They're making this amount of money, this and that. They could do whatever they want to, right? They're renting yachts. Buying Bugattis, 20, $30,000 watches, right? You can't tell me that they weren't trying to live the fucking high life and realize that the more they're spending more than they're making, right? And that's why. Because this guy was talking about his Bitcoin shit where he was showing the screen and it had like 900K in Bitcoin alone, right? And that was like a year, maybe a year and a half ago that I seen that video. So maybe he lost all his Bitcoin, but the way he was talking like he invested in a good Bitcoin and it's always going up and blah 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 blah. Where's all of that? Where's all that talk? You know? Posers.
especially with our reputation. Guys, it is not easy
Yeah.
getting guests for the show or girls, just so you know.
Yeah.
It looks easy because we do it every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's not easy for Chris, for us. So understand your
That's
support is
why Chris
needed.
is so fat right now and alcoholic. I mean, if I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all, like if I'm gonna be
It's
all the
stressful.
way, like a big reason why we don't like shit on Chris so much, even though we should, right? For his drinking and shit. Like, bro, he has a stressful ass job.
Yeah.
Like, he really has a stressful ass job. All these other channels are trying to do what Chris is doing,
Yeah.
and they can't do it.
Thanks.
And the only reason we're able to do it is because we invest in it. We believe in Chris. Chris has a whole team underneath him.
Shit. I mean, we did a show on Wednesday to show appreciation for Chris
Yeah.
because all the work he puts in.
Yeah. So,
Now I do agree that there are a lot of platforms that are coming out that are trying to be like these guys, right? There's these, I don't even know the name, but there's a couple white guys, four white guys, and they bring on girls and have conversations with them and stuff like that, right? The problem is that these guys are, well, at least Myron, anyways, is extremely disrespectful, right? Extremely disrespectful. They had one time a former employee come to the door saying he wanted to fight, was telling Myron to come outside. Myron pulled out his gun. Now you can see it in a little blink if you miss kind of part, right? But he does pull it out. You do see it, right? They had this guy on there and this girl have an actual fist fight on the street. You know what I mean? They've had fights with girls. One girl, he was kicking them out, stepped on Myron's foot. Myron was like, I'm going to call the police. That's assault and all kinds of stuff like that. So they have that kind of crazy shit that goes on in their show, and that's what people like. But when they do videos on, helping men, they don't do as well. And they may have helped a few. I'm not going to say they don't, right? Because if you're I would say, critical thinker, you can take some of the stuff that they say and apply it and then forget the bullshit, right? Like the bullshit, high value men get to sleep with whoever they want to and the women can't say nothing and blah, 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 all of that shit. You ignore that shit, but you work on yourself, you know what I mean? You try and get your money up, stuff like that. You have a problem. You have streams where you're saying depression is a myth. YouTube ain't gonna like those kind of things. Like you're sending out misinformation, right? So
guys, I'm not saying this to be like, oh my God, feel sorry for us, but it's like for us to run the show at this level, right, where we are competing with some of the top podcasts in the world that are heavily funded, have sponsors, etc. We don't have sponsors like that, guys, because look at the content that we make. We're bringing on really controversial guests, talking about really controversial topics. Guys, we had a debate on a certain topic that I won't even go into that other people would never touch.
Yeah.
Who else is doing that? Giving you guys consistent value, etc. And when I
that's the
stand on this, when
reason
I truly
why.
say we have saved more lives and saved more men's and impacted more men's lives than any other podcast on any platform.
And it
I can
shows.
concretely say that thanks to you guys.
And it shows wherever we go. Fresh and fit, you guys saved my life. Yo, you changed my entire life. I'm now happy because I was so depressed. It's just like wherever we go, Dubai, Canada, UK, even here in Miami,
Romania,
Romania, wherever we go, man.
people,
I was in Jamaica, bro, for an event. People came up to me.
yeah,
That's real.
yeah.
So
You have
um,
you have 100.48 million subscribers. Of course, people are gonna come up to you. Of course, people are gonna know you, right? But I'm pretty sure not all of them came up to them and said you saved our lives, right? I'm 100% though. They may have had a few, but they're making it sound like, oh, we saved so many people's lives. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man. So like again, this is kind of what it is. Like I said before, we pride ourselves on like not charging out, and we're still not gonna tell you guys like, oh yeah, you have to blah blah blah. But if you can, right, Subscribe on Rumble, guys. It's $5, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Actually, Chris and
Locals is 20
Mo can
bucks.
show you guys as well
And
how
we'll
to do
show
it.
y'all how to do it. We'll show screen.
But to show even more, we're gonna be moving the studio to a bigger, better location as well with your
Yeah.
support.
I wasn't even gonna tell y'all that. I was gonna surprise you guys. But yeah, guys, we man, we're gonna be all the way transparent.
Yeah. See, okay, someone already joined already. Sam World
So they're
Z47.
telling, showing
So
people
that's
how to
so you
join
need,
their
to open up
Twitch,
the Fresh and Fit
their
Rumble
Rumble,
account
and pay.
and then go to subscribe at the very bottom right. So the chat has to be open and the live chat as well.
You know what, man? I'm just gonna say it, guys. We're getting attacked on all angles. I've been like, whether it's the press writing articles on us, videos getting taken down that other channels are not getting taken down, and it's the same exact content or whatever it may be. Rumble getting hit, right, for free speech. Video like just get strikes, whatever it may be. Guys, it's gotten to the point now where even where we shoot the location doesn't want us to stay here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what fucking happens. When you do the shit that you do, right? People look at you differently. And that's why I say you have to be careful with a lot of the shit that you do on YouTube, right? You know, we try to be as real as possible. We don't do stupid shit. You know what I mean? We don't disrespect people. We just try to have fun. Maybe that's the reason why we don't get the traction that we're supposed to get. But I would rather do what I'm doing now, right? I would rather sit here and stream to 4 people than to have to fuck up my integrity by saying stupid shit or doing stupid shit just to make money. What up, Spoiler King? What's going on? I'm not doing that, right? Like I said, at the end of the day, this is about fun to me, and I don't need to be sitting on here and getting rich with YouTube. It would be nice, I ain't gonna lie, but I do it because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's about having fun. You have to enjoy the things that you're doing, and when you put the money ahead of it, you end up like these guys.
I didn't want to fucking have to say that shit. I really didn't want to have to admit that. I wanted to just move the studio, surprise you guys. Yo,
Yeah.
new studio. It's lit,
Thanks, Danny.
right? But dude, there is like there is a matrix, man. Like I mean, we've talked about this with Andrew at length. Like people don't want you guys to get this message, dude.
Even Rumble's
The Matrix talk, right? But the one thing that they always do is they never talk about people, or especially women, taking accountability for their actions. But now they want to blame the Matrix and not take accountability for their actions. They took a dude who was banned from YouTube, who was a self proclaimed white supremacist, and put him on their platform. They have had Sneeko, who was banned from YouTube, on their platform more than once. These people are banned from YouTube for a reason, which means that YouTube probably does not want them popping up on other people's streams. Because when Sneeko got banned from YouTube, he went straight to Fresh and Fit and was a regular on their podcast. Not anymore. You have to go to Rumble. And I believe that is because YouTube probably gave them a warning and let them know, like, hey, we banned him from YouTube. We don't want him back here. So if you keep platforming him, we will take down your channel. 100%. I would have to go and check to see, but I would like to see if they still have that video with Nick Fuentes up there. And if they do, I can promise you that is one of the videos YouTube will make them take down before they give them back monetization if they decide to.
under attack too
Bro,
from everybody.
yeah. They're trying
Nobody's
to shut
safe.
Rumble down.
I
Like,
I think at some point there was free speech where it was like, okay, you know what?
yeah.
Say what you got to say. We won't crucify you. But nowadays, free speech is kind of like, is it even a thing? I mean,
You see, and we've had this argument many times. You still have your free speech. Like, I don't understand why people like to say there's no there. Listen, you can do and say whatever you want to, but free speech does not mean free of consequences, right? There is consequences to everything that you do. It is and say. So you can come on here and you can say the most outlandish shit. You can do the most outlandish shit if you want to, but you have to understand that there will be repercussions for what you did. You have to understand that, right? You bring a man that's banned off of YouTube and bring him on your platform and give him a voice, there will be consequences to that. So, again, we have free speech. Just because you get in trouble for saying certain shit does not mean you can't do it. We all have free will, right? But that doesn't mean I can go into a store and steal whatever I want to. I mean, I can. I can go in a store and steal whatever I want to, but I have to understand there's consequences to my actions. And that's the problem. That's what these guys don't see, that there's consequences. Was it cause and effect?
Not really.
And and I've already put a considerable amount of my money into this new studio for you guys. I already put it in. I'm like all in. You know what I
That's why
mean?
you
And
need
it's
more.
and it's okay. I'm never gonna say, oh, well, I'm doing this, blah blah blah, and I hate doing this. I love doing this. I'd be lying to you guys if I didn't say I didn't love doing this. I left a job that I truly loved to do this, right? Because I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
So there's two things about this part, right? One, he's an alpha man, right? Tells you all the time, don't ever cry in front of a woman. Don't ever let them see you cry. Blah 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 blah. Now he may not have cried in front of camera, but we know what the fuck you went to do, right? You you crying, bro? Like really? That's what I'm saying. Like you have to man up with your situation, right? You have to man up. And if you knew, they said earlier, well, we know one day we're gonna have to deal with this. Well, that was the time. What the fuck are you crying for? You're supposed to be this fucking alpha man, right? What you do, you brush it off and you move on. That's what they talk about all the time, right? That's the type of man you're supposed to be, right? But now you crying. So what? Does that make you a weak dude? Is that it, right? Because that's what you would say with any man that shed tears in front of a woman, right? You did it off camera, but we all know what the fuck you went to do. Spoiler King said, agree, 100% agree. At the end of the day, YouTube is a business and can't allow some of these creators to say whatever they want to. No, they can't, because then it brings attention to them, negative attention to them, right? Because when these guys get called out, they don't call them um, a Rumble creator. They don't call them TikTok creator, even though they have some TikTok stuff. No, they call them YouTube creators, which brings negative energy to YouTube. YouTube don't want that. Why the fuck you think YouTube got rid of Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate was blowing up, but for the wrong reasons, right? And that's exactly what happened. They said, you know what? Fuck this. We don't need to associate with Andrew Tate. And they banned him off of YouTube. YouTube makes enough money to where they can get rid of some of these guys and not even worry about it. They take 30%, okay? 30%. So if you're making 100K a month on YouTube, which some of these guys do, YouTube get 30% of that. They're good. They're good without Fresh and Fit. Crying over stupid as shit too. Not even over some real stuff. Either he's that weak or playing up the pity me vibe. 100%. And he said at the beginning he's not doing this for pity, but yeah, definitely. Because now you're like, oh, look, we got to go over to Rumble and subscribe. Pay your $5, guys, and join up and help out Fresh and Fit. Guys that who have bragged about all the fucking money they made. You making all that money, you ain't on YouTube begging people to help them. You will continue business on Rumble as usual without the paywall. And people come and watch you. They'll do your super chats. If they do super chats on Rumble, I have no idea. I don't watch it. I've never even seen what the website looks like. Maybe I'll go and do some research after and see what Rumble actually is, right? So I don't know how it works, right? I don't know what the payout is or anything like that. But that's the thing. They're not going to be making as much money on Rumble as they are on YouTube. So the way to at least get that, some money is by making people subscribe, pay to subscribe. Not only that, I promise you, they will probably make it a monthly $5, right? It's not just a one time. It'll be subscribe and you're paying $5 monthly. Then if they have some type of membership shit or something like that, see, I don't know. Maybe that's the only way. Maybe they don't have the membership. Maybe they don't have none of that. And the only way to do it is by getting to people to pay. But anyways, like I said, these guys are crying and what goes around comes around, basically.
Um, yeah, man, this is tough, bro. Because we put our lives into this, you know. We didn't miss a day, honestly. Um,
Neither
it's
did
tough.
we.
We gave up so much to give you guys value. So, yep, it's current status. But yeah, Chris, how you feeling, bro?
I mean, it's tough, guys, because at the end of the day, you guys been with us from the beginning, from the start. The merch gang, the chat, the mods. You guys know the work we put in, the effort, the hours. You guys see me, me, Myron, and Fresh Mo, putting in work. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to people that actually tune in every day. I see you guys, and it's just one of those things, man. We put in, the energy, time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. You guys saw our journey from the start to finish. When we first broke 100 live viewers on stream, I saw remember the day and I was like, "Yo, we got 100 live viewers. This is lit." I saw the post and I still remember the day, the feeling, and it's just tough. Uh,
You know, again, they're talking about, they put in hard work. I've been preach put in hard work. If you want to build your channel, you have to put in hard work. It's not like they are doing anything special. What they are doing resonated with people. That is why. If they were doing the same things that we do, with StreamYard and stuff like that, and had girls on their little boxes, right? Just like us, had the girls there, but still had the little boxes. You know what I mean? Had it to where, you make sure the girls can show their bodies or whatever and the guys can see it. They would still have made they would have still got to where they are, right? I've Preach don't do no fucking live stream. They just do videos. And they have 2 million subscribers, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have this huge fucking studio and all kinds of shit to do that. But you do have to put in the hard work, regardless whether you want to build or not. You got to put in the hard work.
that's why I continue to work my ass off on getting high quality girls on the show. Even though some days I don't feel like dealing with these 304s, I still do it. I get upset when we don't have shows. We have to cancel shows because I know you guys look forward to, hey, Chris, I'm driving home from work. Yeah, I can't wait to see after hours. As soon as I cancel after hours, you guys are like, yo, what's going on? So I get that, what the show means to a lot of you guys. And yeah, I mean,
And not only that, but like, imagine giving up your entire life to support people that you care about, even at the detriment of you losing your job, you having social life, you actually being present at vacations or outside environments, and you say, you know what? Nah, screw all that. We care about you guys over our feelings, how we feel at the moment, and we won't miss a show for you guys. Look at Myron, bro. Like Myron, I mean, shit. I put in work, but Myron goes extra mile just to give you guys like a piece of his soul, bro. Like this guy, like legit, dedicated his life, left his career to be with you guys. And for
Blah,
anyone
blah,
saying that
blah.
this is fake, this is not fake at all.
Cry me a fucking river, alright? I can't cry or get upset or feel sorry for someone who quit their job, right? A six-figure job, to go to another job where you're making pretty much the same amount, if not more. I'm not gonna cry for you. You know what I mean? You seen that the grass was greener on the other side, and you took the opportunity and you went and did it, right? But you did it in a way to where you put your livelihood in jeopardy. That's on you guys. That is on you guys, right? I see a lot of channels that do this manosphere stuff and do it in a way that is 10 times better and safer than how these guys have done it, right? And maybe that's why they were the number one out of all of them. I also think they were the first, too, right? Whenever you're the first to something, you're always ahead of the game. And they were the first ones to do the way they did it, right? So that's the reason, too. But everything else has been pretty much knockoffs, but they were the first ones to do it.
This is genuine how we feel, generally how we feel about, what's happening and like all the work that we put into this. It's been like 3 years and it's not easy because we gave up a lot and we made a lot of impact too as well to people, but it came at a cost. And I can't say on camera everything that happened behind the scenes, but if you guys really understood what we gave up to keep doing this, when you say El Chris, El Mo, El Myron, whatever, like you understand at the very beginning, we were going through some terrible things,
Blah,
death
blah, blah.
threats, people coming at our doorstep. Like you have no idea what we went through to keep this going, and then to be not told why we're being taken off the platform like that in the program is kind of crazy because put in a lot of work, man. So I just
And you know why you had people coming at your doorstep? Because you screwed the dude, right? I think his name was Iende. Used to work with them. He was the one who had the ideas to bring the girls to the studio, and he was the one that was originally getting all the girls. And I can't remember what issue they had, but he ended up going on his own way, and he came back to the studio and pretty much was ready to box off Myron's face. But Myron, of course, the bad man he is, pulled out his gun. So if you come in here, I'm gonna have the right to shoot you, trespassing, blah 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 blah, and all kinds of stuff. So whatever. He was a Fed, so makes sense why he would have done that.
mean reasons for your support, man. That's it.
Sorry, I got something in my eye.
Yeah, he crying like a
Yeah, I
bitch.
mean, guys, I mean, yeah, we're human, and it just sucks when something that you worked so hard to build up, they're just. And here's the thing, it's not about the money, man.
Yeah.
It really isn't about the money, man.
That's a
I could
lie.
walk away from all this and be okay.
Today.
That's a
What
lie.
bothers me is if we're not able to be on YouTube, we might not be able to reach someone who really needs us. If you guys saw the amount of messages I get where they say I was gonna end it tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I saw your video.
So they were demonetized. They can still put content on YouTube. They did a stream today. They did a stream on YouTube today, right? A non-monetized stream, so they could still do content on YouTube. So if they were really concerned about the people, it would be business as usual. We'll do what we gotta do. We'll fix this out. maybe we'll move some of our streams over to Rumble, right? The ones with the girls, the ones that the people want to see the most. But if we're really trying to help people, then we'll still do our content on YouTube, right? We won't charge anybody. We'll do our content on YouTube. It's not about the money, guys, right? If it's not about the money, then why the fuck are you charging people for a subscription on Rumble? Because oh no no yeah yeah I know why, because it's expensive to do what they're doing. It's expensive to run the program that they're running, right? Yeah, for sure, 100%. But you know what? Sometimes you have to start over. Sometimes you get knocked down, but you gotta get right the fuck back up. So, but if it was about people, you wouldn't be charging.
The question is, who else is gonna do it? Who? You know. So, guys, you can find us on Rumble, man. The link is in the chat. It's right there on the screen as well. If you really support us,
He's still wiping
guys,
his
just
eyes.
one thing is to go to Rumble, Fresh and Fit, go to live chat, and click subscribe.
Yeah, and the show goes on. It goes on.
Yeah.
But now,
Can't stop now.
On another platform. That is correct, right? A platform that you can charge people to subscribe to.
they're gonna need a. But it matters. But for how long is what the question is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna keep going. We're absolutely gonna keep going, guys. But like I said before, for us to run it at a certain level, to take care of all the people below, right? That help us out, etc. It's for that, man, because we want to keep running this thing for y'all. This isn't about the money. If I got to take a pay cut, I will gladly do that. I will gladly take a pay cut. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. I want to be able to continue to run the show at the same level that we run the show.
If you think about it, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We're still gonna do it.
Yeah,
For you
we're
guys.
still gonna do it.
They got the worst
Facts,
soundboard.
we're still gonna do it.
100%. I can't stand their soundboard. Dom DeMarco and all kinds of stupid shit. It's annoying. You know what I mean? And you know what? To be honest with you, I've heard sometimes it's good, but when you constantly do it, it does get annoying after a while. Like it really gets annoying to like, oh my god.
So.
Real quick, I think we probably have some Rumble rants or whatever.
Yeah, just give me a second.
But yeah, all our channels are like demonetized. Every one of us. So Fed Reacts,
Yep.
Fresh Prince CEO,
Yep.
Clips channel,
Yep.
more clips. They're all gone, guys. Basically.
That is correct. If you have multiple channels on YouTube, they don't demonetize just one. They hit all of them motherfuckers, right? Because if they don't want you on their platform, right, or they don't want you part of the program, you can't have one channel that has monetization and the rest of them don't. You just move all your shit over to that channel. Nope, they take everything away. Boom, done. So all those clips, all those stuff, they'll probably be moving that stuff to other platforms, right? Because all of that stuff, and you see, when I was talking about the money that they're making, I was just talking about this show, right? They have the clips, they have the other one, right? So they were making a ton of money off of YouTube. And if they were making so much money, then they should have had enough money to sustain it. They shouldn't be asking for it now. They should have enough money in the bank that they should be able to make a seamless move over to Rumble. But again, they were living lavish, Bugattis, yachts, stuff like that. That is why. Paying celebrities to come on. Waka Flocka was on the show. They paid the girls to come on. So, you blowing money like that, you gotta fucking make sure that you're making enough money that you can do that. Because if you're spending outside your means, it's gonna catch up to you. And when it catches up to you, you're asking people to subscribe for $5 on Rumble.
Basically, off
Yeah.
the
Well, they're
partnership.
still there.
But
We're gonna figure out how we're gonna post on those for y'all because we still don't even know how we're gonna do it.
yeah, if we can at least. 'Cause
Yeah, if we can.
we don't know right now.
But we're definitely what we're gonna do is we're definitely gonna be on Rumble, so y'all will be able to find us there. As far as Fed Reacts, I'll probably still do it for y'all. You know what I mean? I'll still give you guys the case breakdowns free. But we'll figure something out.
I guess we could stop it there. It seems like, video's almost done and they're just going into what else. But that's the thing, right? He said he's gonna keep doing whatever it was he's doing, but for how long? If he's not making money from it, how long are you gonna do it for? So forgot that shit was gonna do that. I gotta fix that part. But yeah, these guys, when they had their beef with Abram Preach, they said they were gonna destroy their channel. They also said that they were going to lap them. Well, that ain't gonna happen now. And Abram Preach is still kicking. You know, me personally, I know they have beef with a lot of people, and I guess there's a lot that are happy that they're demonetized or whatever. I don't care, to be honest with you, right? I know they have a following. I know they say some outlandish shit, and I guess they have a right to. Well, again, as long as you're doing what you want to do, staying behind the lines, you got a right to do what you want to say, what you want to say, right? You can't cross the line. They've crossed the line way too many times. But that's someone's money, their livelihood, whatever, and they're probably not going to make as much as they used to. I don't feel sorry for them, but at the same time, you don't really want to see people get their stuff taken away from them because what ends up happening is they can do it to anybody. You know what I mean? They don't like what you say, they demonetize you, kick you off the platform or whatever. I just think you have to be mindful of what you say as well. So, but with that being said, guys, this was the first episode of the Smoking Podcast. It was a good one because I pretty much finished my spliff while we did this reaction. There will be more to come. Not exactly sure what else I will be reacting to, but like I said, we will be doing the show on either Tuesday or Thursday. There will be times where I will have guests, and there will be times where I go dolo, like I did tonight. But I do thank everybody that came on to watch and enjoy this with me, and I hope you had a good time. I hope you liked the show and what I'm trying to do. And see you on the next one. Peace to everybody that popped in. Spoiler Kings, Danny was here, Quentin, David Quintana, holy cow, can't speak. K-Dots was on here. I know I said K-Dots I would, have him on so he could discuss it too, but I ended up doing it with my OBS. But I'm going to figure out how to add guests to my OBS so that when I do it, I can have my guests come on and chill with me on OBS because I kind of like the way it's set up. I hope you guys like it too. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give me some comments in the comments that I can, you know, try and, respond to. It all helps with the channel. Um, Spoiler King said later on the good start of the new podcast. Thank you. Much appreciated. Um, Hopefully I can continue to have more good ones. With that being said, peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one.